Gate City Bar Association, man. This is what we had tonight. Before I even start, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm loving the build. This is your friendly neighborhood attorney, Brian Gavin, with my co-host, Julius Collins, and the infamous Clyde Mize. This is the What's the Verdict podcast live. Our first, live event. We went live on IG, Facebook. We was kind of showing the people what Brother to Brother is about, because Brother to Brother is a powerful movement where you have seasoned attorneys that's grooming young attorneys. And like we talk about outside, the community benefits from all of the minority attorneys to be competent and very well in their craft, because if we're good, it helps you. And throwing it to Julius real quick.
No, it's perfect. Like Clyde was saying earlier, I mean, you just have to build within the community. And there's attorneys, African-American male attorneys, African-American attorneys. You're in a unique position to where you can mobilize, and this event is doing that. You're bringing a young brother, a law student, 1L, 2L, whatever you are, but you're giving them an opportunity to mobilize and go out into the community and help each other. That's perfect.
One of the things that people fail to understand when you talk about black lawyers is that we can't divorce ourselves from our history, our families, the things that would happen in the community. I am intentional about certain activities because I was impacted by those things in my own personal life.
Exactly right.
Whether it's substance abuse that both my parents dealt with, whether it's dealing with homelessness, whether it's dealing with lack of opportunities. Now that the Lord has opened up doors for me, I gotta take it there.
Yeah.
Now that doors are open for me, how dare I now sit back and not try to force open and kick open doors for other people? So when I think about the difference between us and some of our counterparts who are not from our particular persuasion,
yes,
where somebody can just go to work, do their job, and leave and go home.
Yeah.
We can never really do that.
No, we can't.
Because I got a cousin or a friend or a family member or somebody who's gonna call me because they got a criminal case or they got a slip and fall case. I don't do that, but I know folk that do. Right. Whether we have these students who recently did this walkout, which is an amazing thing, right?
Exactly.
Or we have people that are dealing with Black Lives Matter. We cannot divorce ourselves. I'm a part of a big old firm. But what does that mean? That means I just need to figure out a way to use the resources that I have at this office to better communicate or generate things going on in the community.
Exactly.
It just is what it is.
That's powerful.
Because we cannot divorce ourselves completely from the other stuff.
We can't.
I mean, let me tell you what would happen. If my grandmother were alive to this day, she would snap on me and call me out if I tried to. Well, don't forget where you're from.
You can't.
Why don't you know who your people are?
You can't.
We don't have those options. And so when I think about brother to brother, it's our obligation. I mean, I've been out of law school 20 years now. And when I think about young brothers like y'all, and then not so young no more that y'all ain't.
Hey man,
Not so young
Yeah, right.
We're not
Not so young no more. But there are some other younger brothers who are coming behind your brothers and sisters who are coming behind y'all who you can feed into.
Exactly.
Who you can deposit some positive seeds into, right?
Yeah.
For them to then make a contribution as they grow in advance. That's what Brother is about.
Well, and it's crazy because that brings me to what Thurgood Marshall said, how no one in this country truly pulls himself up by their bootstraps.
No.
That is a fallacy.
Yeah.
Every other community, they build their individual communities and their families, and they reach back.
Yes.
And when they reach back, they bring everybody else up.
Right.
So that's what Brother to Brother is all about. Matter of fact, for the people that missed the live broadcast, Clyde, what exactly is Brother to Brother?
Sure.
And before we get into that, what's Gate City? Because a lot of people don't know about Gate City.
Gate City Bar Association is, we're good. Thanks. Gate City Bar Association, we are alive. It is what it is. The Gate City Bar Association is the oldest African American association of attorneys in the state of Georgia. This is our 70th anniversary year. So when you think back to what things were like 70 years ago, not just in our country, but what things were like for black folk in the South 70 years ago, when black attorneys could not join other organizations, we had to figure out a way to create our own institutions. It kind of reminds me of, there's a movie, a documentary that was out recently Tell Them We Are Rising. It talks about HBCUs and the start of HBCUs and how coming out of slavery, there were institutions that were needed to help catapult our community forward.
Yeah.
When you think about where we were as a community 7 years ago, we had to figure out a way for us to come together collectively, socially, way for us to develop our skills together as lawyers, and ways for us to just rely on each other.
Exactly.
For the business development, all those kinds of things. So the Gay City Bar Association spun out of those lawyers years ago, getting together saying we need a community.
Exactly.
And so fast forward now, recognizing now that our membership it encompasses people of all, socioeconomic persuasion, ethnic, white, black, blue, green persuasion, all, gender identity. It's so broad now, but the roots of who we are started with those black lawyers. It's one woman and these brothers who came together and were like, we need to start a community.
Exactly.
And so as the president of Gay City Bar in our 70th year, my main goal, more than anything else, is for us to recognize the importance to get involved in the lives of other people.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
Yep.
Whether it's something like this, whether it's taking a call from a young brother who has a question about something,
Exactly.
whether it's helping somebody you see in the community with the issue that they have, we have to be intentional in getting involved in the lives of other people. So from that though, Brother was spun out.
Yeah.
So it's a sister, I gotta give her a shout out, Cheryl Turner.
Shout out Mrs. Turner. She's
Cheryl
amazing.
Turner was a sister years ago. It was like, Clyde, you need to do something about these brothers. I'm like, what are you talking about, Cheryl? I'm like, all right. I went into a gig, like, listen, what y'all doing, where y'all at? So from there, the idea of Brother was birthed. And so what we do, we get together with lawyers, whether you're a judge or you work for a corporation, work for government, or you're with a firm like me.
Yeah.
With students and younger lawyers as a way for us to think about this tiered mentoring situation. As I'm older in this thing, I can feed into somebody who's like y'all, who's not so young in this thing, and y'all can feed into the younger brothers who are coming behind you. And so we get together socially, things like tonight. Yes, we had a good time. We're at the M-Bar, great establishment, ownership.
Black owned.
Great both. And this place was chosen for a reason.
Yeah.
But at the same time though,
Yeah.
we would get together in a professional setting,
Exactly.
with suit and ties and talk about things that way. Because we want to show the students and the younger lawyers that there's so many facets to who we are as attorneys.
Yes.
And that you can do it all. But that's at the bottom line, is it's for us to be here for each other.
Exactly.
And this program is kind of like, and I was speaking about my brother. It's kind of like you said, like the bootstrap whole fallacy. It's fake.
It is.
Let's be real, it's fake. How brother to brother does, it's almost like it's a community.
It is.
You catch them young. Like you were saying earlier, some of the guys been around high school.
Oh man, one of the brothers here earlier was known as brother since he was in high school. Now he's at law school.
Wow.
Right.
A few of the brothers, one brother I knew him before he went to law school. Now he is a lawyer.
Right.
Some of these brothers who I've known since they were in law school,
Right.
now they're lawyers and they're hiring other people.
Right.
So you,
Because
circle
yeah, absolutely. I've seen it because, even where, I grew up in Coffee County, you would see, our counterparts, dad may own a construction company. He may not go to college, but the entire time he's been learning the business. And we're going to college.
Yeah.
You see these kids in high school.
Yes.
You see them in college.
Yes.
Now they're law students.
Yes.
And now they're lawyers.
Yeah.
That's the same exact thing.
And we're breaking the cycle.
Right, and you're breaking the cycle.
Because how the media portrays us as black men, and just what we go through. A lot of times it's that same cycle.
Yep.
Daddy may be a dope dealer.
Yep.
Granddaddy's a dope dealer. Brother's a dope dealer, and of course, inevitably you're gonna be a dope dealer. You can change that whole cycle and catch them young. Daddy now a lawyer, brother's a lawyer.
I tell people, man, if it wasn't for education in my life, I would end up with in the same scenario. I love my dad, but I didn't really grow up very much with my.
Where you from, Clyde?
Listen, my people from the Chi-Town. I lived in Chicago. I lived in Champaign, Illinois. But my people were young. My parents were teenagers when they had us. I'm old. I'm 50 in a few years here. And so my people, black don't crack. You know, I'm still trying to get these waves and they working too well. I see your wave. I see you, bro. I see you. Natural. Juices are buried. But if it wasn't for elders in the community, what my father wasn't doing, what he should have been doing, who said to me like, hey, young brother, don't do that.
Yeah. Right.
Or this is how you get this thing done. Right. But my mother, even when she had her issues with substance abuse, and now the major thing is that once she worked through all that stuff, she became an advocate for women and families going through that. So for years. So when she passed away at her service, I can't tell you how many people came up to me and like, your mama helped me through this. Yeah. So when I think about my role now, or my position as an attorney now, it starts with the fact that I recognize every statistic in the world says I shouldn't be here.
That's right.
Both my parents were substance abusers. My daddy was in jail. My daddy wasn't around. Every stat says that I shouldn't be here. But this is the thing though. The Lord had a different plan. Exactly. And there were men and women in the community. You gotta go back to the community. Exactly. Let's think about black folk, right? Yeah. Our families have never been limited to just my mama, my sister, my grandma.
Nah.
Us?
It's a village.
It's the village, man. If it wasn't for the village coming in and saying, hey, young boy, come over here, this is how you do this, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And so when I think about the programs, like Brother to Brother, the different things that we do with JC Bar Association, my goal and my idea is for us to make sure that as a community, I mean, I know you bad. I mean, I know you balling, you a partner at a big firm or you at a corporation, you making all this money. I get all that.
Right.
But it's a lonely situation when you by yourself.
Oh man.
It's a lonely something when you by yourself and you're not connected to the community.
That's right.
When you struggling, you need to call somebody on the phone, but you can't call nobody.
Yeah.
Right? When somebody needs your advice, because all the stuff that you've learned and you've gained up all these years, and you stuck in your space because you won't share it, it's a lonely situation.
Yeah.
And so for us, as with Gate City, and y'all brothers can attest to this, y'all come out to stuff. You've been to stuff.
Yes.
Whether it's at my house or whether it's at a law school, it's all about community.
Exactly.
And iron sharpens iron.
It does.
I cannot do what I do without y'all.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
I cannot, whether it's even in my career, I cannot advance in who I am, right? Because part of that is people calling me in the line, hey bro, no, you don't want to take that case. No, bro, you don't want to take that client.
Yeah.
No, man.
The advice you only get from your people, like somebody that's vested in you.
Vested in you.
And family, I want to. This is so powerful because you understand. Brother Clyde, this is a brother that's from Chicago.
Yeah. And
now he's in a big, major law firm. And he hasn't forgotten who he is. And he's so invested in the community for you. We got to bring this together. We got to find a way how we can really.
Oh, there's good back here.
Oh, we got some other good brother back here. It's all good. But we just have to bring it all together, man. We have this. What's the verdict of this podcast? Gate City Bar Association. Even though some of the members think it's for them. No, Gate City is for you. It's for you, man. So that's just my takeaway from this whole event, man. That's my recap. That we do this. We have the brother to brother. Of course, it's going to benefit the young brothers coming up. But guess what? That's for you. That's for you because we have well-skilled attorneys, doctors, engineers, chefs. We can build our community, and that benefits you.
So how long has Brother to Brother been a program?
Man, we started this thing about 8 years ago, and it started out with again with the encouragement. You know how to say. Sometimes it takes a good woman to be like, do this thing. Yeah, Cheryl Turner, I gotta get up there and plug in. And we just started at my house, and I'm sorry, the first event was at my firm, and when I think about the people that were at that event, some of those brothers have gone on to run for mayor. Some of those people are heading companies.
Yeah.
Some of those folk have, we've grown up together. You know, some of those people who are here tonight were students or folk who were thinking about law school. So you think about 8 or 9 years ago, where we started and where we are now, And just, I'm encouraged. Now, I have done this thing in my house for the last several years, which I have.
Now you don't have to clean up.
I'm good. I love the community, but I ain't trying to clean up tonight. I'm sick.
But that's what sets this program aside. It sets it apart from everybody else. I'm not going to call it an organization name, but you go to the program, you might go to their trial advocacy boot camp, you might go to this, you might go to that. But you still don't get that sense of they're truly invested in your future. It's like, it's good for the time. I got a business card. Yeah, I got your cell phone number. But it's still not that sense of community. It's still not that, hey, let's build together. Let's make sure this person has a productive career. Not just, okay, I'm gonna send them 2 cases. And they be bull crap cases.
Yeah.
Let me send them something that's meaningful. Let me put my hand in that future.
Yeah.
So when you have events like this, like you see in everybody, Clyde, he was responsible for this, he was responsible for that. You're responsible for this job, that job, but you're also responsible for some of them guys even considering being attorneys.
Exactly.
Especially the ones that you met in high school. So, I appreciate it.
And how powerful is this though? You inspire a young high school student to be an attorney.
Right.
That high school student ends up saving his old grandma's life because what he does.
Yep.
That's just how it is, man.
That's amazing.
Can I tell you what that is? That's humbling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's humbling, man. And it's so. The people that genuinely know me,
Yeah.
it ain't about me. It ain't. Doors are open for me. And when I think about how the community came in and has embraced me.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about the need for advocacy in the areas of criminal justice reform.
Yeah.
When I think about the need for advocacy in the areas of affordable housing, when I think about the need for advocacy in areas of sentencing with regards to substance abuse and all that kind of stuff, and alternate programs that you can put in place for people that I've dealt with all that in my life.
Yeah.
I have been on subsidized housing. I have dealt with folk in jail. I have dealt with all. It's the thing though.
Yeah.
It's not unique to me.
Right.
That's the thing I think is also different with black lawyers.
Yeah.
Right. Is that our experiences are so varied.
Yeah.
And not just personally, but because of people, whether it's our friends, people in our community, folk in our families. When you come to when you trust a black lawyer with your matter.
Right.
And again, I'm open to everybody doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
But you are in trust. You can find somebody who identifies with the situation you come on. Right. And the thing for that though, it allows you to see things in a different way that somebody else may not be able to see all the legal issues that are involved with that.
Exactly.
They don't understand. Okay, maybe I need to bring that officer back in to ask, did you really see him get rid of that gun?
Or even as a prosecutor, like it's just a very unique situation where I can see it's a particular case where it's the probable cause or the reasonable suspicion, which is the reason why the officer can come talk to you, because they can articulate there's something wrong that happened. It's loitering, but it's 12 o'clock at the barbershop. Come on, man. I'm like, I know 12 o'clock at the barbershop, we all kicking it outside regardless. So I'm asking the officer, officer, what is your reasonable suspicion? Is with loitering? Because that's a place where that's a prime place where a regular citizen would be.
That's what we do.
So, but that's the difference about having attorneys that can relate to the community, help you, defend you, and try to keep public safety up. Because, like I said, we can relate. Other folks. Go on.
I haven't gotten a bad name for that, but I tell people all the time, why would you hire somebody who cannot identify with your story and understand why this happened?
Yeah.
You can't identify with dealing with a parent who has a substance abuse issue, but you can't understand why the kid went out and stole this so he could feed up the kids at home. They don't understand. It's just, all right, let me throw you a pre-trial. No. Let's explain. Let's find a solution. And if you want to see disproportionate numbers, and you want to see just how the justice system is tailored toward a certain race, you go to drug court.
Yeah.
Or you go to mental health court. It's not for us. It's not for us. Because, and I did criminal defense, I go to drug court a lot. and I see who is tailored to it. You might go in and you see, I'm saying, Becky Sue with possession of meth 5 times, but she's still in drug court. But you see James, a little Mark, whoever, whatever you want to call him, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Just because he had it. You didn't ask him what he doing with it, you just with intent to distribute. Why? Because he had a skill. But he don't like to get hustled by the dope man. So he like to weigh out his little gram he got. Then he started, but you got him with a felony now.
Yeah.
You didn't ask him that he had a substance abuse. You automatically, you try to make him a convicted felon. You can take away certain rights.
But you know the answer to that, what I always say, the answer is get involved with your local government.
Absolutely.
Because you would elect people like, I always say this all the time, but repetition is important, it's key.
Right.
You elect somebody like Solicitor General Keith Gamage, you'll hire a brother like me that can relate to you, and stuff like that won't happen. So that's why it's so important. I know we can talk about this all night.
Oh,
I love all y'all.
That's why our podcast, man. We say, all right, we're gonna stick to this. It's gonna be 45 minutes.
But we always go.
It's an hour and 45 minutes. It's an hour and 45 minutes.
I listen to this on the real though.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are here.
Absolutely.
Glad you're continuing to spread the message for the empowerment, the investment of the community. Letting people realize, because you recognize how this stuff works.
Yep.
And you feel as if that this deck is always stacked against you.
Yeah.
But you feel as if that there's nothing that I can actually do. And I'm thinking about the fact that they're redistricting, they're moving lines around. I keep my vote don't count.
Yep.
You think about the fact that my son is locked up for some foolishness. I know the boy down the street didn't say.
Yep.
You feel like I'm constantly powerless. What you are doing is you are providing a certain level of information. And a certain level, and I would say this, in a way that's not, you can't touch it. Yeah. We're in the back of a great black establishment with music bumping.
Yeah.
Right. We haven't been here. We can always sit back and still explain it. People try to put me on a different, I'm a lawyer, yeah, but this is the reality. Ain't number two.
People out there right there.
Yep.
They having a good time outside right now.
Ain't no different. Because I'm about to go out there with them. It is what it is. I'm sorry, I probably should have said with them, but I said with them. I'm about to go out there with them. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's it, man. I enjoyed this.
Man, no, I appreciate you, Clyde, everything you do. I'm so glad you were president this year, man.
Yeah.
It's big things, Gate City this
Long
year.
overdue. Oh, brother. Long overdue.
What's the Verdict Live, our first live broadcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It gives you inspiration, hope. I'm telling you, man, we gonna be all right.
Keep tuning in. So we got it. I can't leave without asking.
Oh, yeah.
What's the verdict?
What's the verdict?
Yeah, I'm not.
This whole conversation. What's the verdict?
Verdict is this. We gonna be alright.
There you go.
We gonna be alright.
We gonna be all right. Peace, love, blessings. What's the verdict? We out.
Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict? Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict? Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict?